What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so I thought in this particular video that we would bring some information, some facts that would help explain why there's been a tale of two halves when it comes to LeBron Ramon James's career. I think actually a better way of putting it is there's a tale of three halves or three portions of the halves when it comes to LeBron James's career. The first 8 years of his career, while he did have individual dominance, can't deny that, time and time and time again, he failed when he tried to reach for the ultimate prize of winning an NBA championship. The kid from Akron failed his hometown when he tried to pursue a title. The NBA, the powers that be, were campaigning and pulling for the supposed two best players in the league at the time, Kobe and LeBron, to meet in the finals, only for Kobe to do his part and go to 3 consecutive NBA finals. But LeBron Ramon James failed to do this. So he leaves, he quits, goes to Miami. Then he has this supposed period of time where, he's dominating. He goes to 8 consecutive NBA finals, dominating. And they completely removed Dwayne Wade. They completely removed Chris Bosh. And they removed Kevin Love. And they removed all these guys. Kyrie Irving. They make it all about him. Because that's what narcissists do. That's what diabolical narcissists in the history of our world have done. Joseph Stalin removed all of his contemporaries and made it all about him. All of your most despicable human beings, these power-hungry dictators who only surround themselves with yes men and the most disgusting sycophants. They rewrite history like in North Korea, where they erase people from the history books and make it all about a cult to follow them. But since he went to LA, and since he's actually been in a conference where there's competition, suddenly, there's all these excuses. All of a sudden now, the guy who did everything by himself in Miami, apparently, now all of a sudden he needs help when he has help. Since he's come to LA, he's played with Anthony Davis. He's played with Carmelo Anthony. He's played with DeAndre Ayton. He's playing with Luka Doncic. He's played with Rajon Rondo. He now has DeAndre Ayton as a teammate. He's played with Russell Westbrook. I can go on and on and on and on and on. You see this graphic. LeBron James is 142 and 54 versus the Eastern Conference in the playoffs. The same Eastern Conference that from 2000 and probably 11 or 12 through 2018, that's when you saw the fall of the Celtics, Dwight Howard leaving the Orlando Magic team via free agency. Then, of course, for the latter part of the decade, you saw Kawhi Leonard come over to Toronto from the Spurs to Toronto. You saw the rise of the Boston Celtics, the rise of some other Western Conference teams, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Joel Embiid, et cetera, et cetera. That 5 or 6 year window was the weakest period in the Eastern Conference since the 1950s. But when he's actually competing against somebody, he's 42 and 54 versus the Western Conference in the playoff. for his career. 42 and 54. That doesn't sound like a GOAT to me. Michael Jordan got stronger and stronger and stronger as his career progressed with the Chicago Bulls. Stronger and stronger and stronger. Because that's what GOATs do. They figure things out. Michael Jordan started off his playoff career 1-9. The detractors love to point that out. They love to point that out. But after he started 1-9, he went 118 and 51 in the postseason. 118 and 51. That's nearly a 70% win percentage in the playoffs. 70% after the 1-9 start. And in the latter three-peat, that win percentage was closer to 80%. So how is this man, this fraud, how is he a GOAT? I mean, this guy's losing the first round. He's playing with Luka Doncic, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Jordan had Scottie Pippen for the duration of those championship runs. I'm not trying to knock Scottie, but Scottie Pippen, you can't get away from this. You can't get around this. Of course, now it all makes sense for him to be whining about ring culture. I mean, we already knew what it was, but even more so, of course, because you've been a failure and you're trying to excuse your failure. That's all it is. Anyway, that's all I got to say about it.